I shaved my face. Don't I look like a lovely dyke now? Alright. It's morning. Wednesday morning. Didn't record my pod last night because when I got done eating a meal, jerking off, taking a shower, as soon as I got downstairs, I'm like, I'm fucking tired. So I went to bed before midnight. So I'm doing the recording now because I'm kind of a shithead, and it happens. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Uniquely Brutal, the podcast of fine arts and farts. I don't have any farts for you this week. Didn't have breakfast either, so I'm having it right now. So I'm upset at my brother because he's a douchebag. I love my brother, but he can be a fucking cock sometimes. It really sucks. And some of the times his attitude greatly is, it's just bullshit. Because sometimes he gets angry out of nowhere. And it's out of your fucking control. It's not your fault, but he just gets fucking angry. And something happened last night, which is partially my fault. That's the thing about me is that a lot of people don't do, is that they tell you their side of the story. Well, yeah, I'm telling you my side, but I'm also telling it from different perspectives. Because I try to understand, and plus at the time it happens, I'm not level-headed. I'm pretty level-headed right now. But now that I look back, I'm like, yeah, I probably shouldn't have said this thing. But overall, my brother was very much in the wrong. And I didn't like it at all. So, this is what happened. I work as a janitor. I can't tell you where because I'm still working at these places, and because I post this shit on YouTube, I can get fired if I talk about it in detail. But I clean a certain place where, at the end of the day, where I collect... Oof. At the end of the day, I have to take the garbage, and it's usually multiple bags. Sometimes it's heavy, sometimes it's not that heavy at all, sometimes I can take it all myself, but a lot of the times whoever picks me up, because I don't drive, so someone has to pick me up from work and take me to the other places I clean. But this one place where I gather all the garbage, I leave it outside the door, down by the place I'm usually going to be picked up. When I'm done at work, and I take the garbage, I put it on the front hood of the car, and we drive it over to the dumpster, because the dumpster is nearly a fucking block away. It's a long walk. It's not that long. It's a good, I want to say it's under 200 steps. It should be a nice walk for everybody. So, my brother picks me up, and his girlfriend, she was just in the car. She didn't know anything. It's mainly about my brother, this fucking story. And, they're in a happy mood. They're doing great. Everyone's in a good fucking mood. Which is interesting. My brother does this shit a lot, where 1 minute he's in a great fucking mood, and then the next minute he could be angry at the fucking world, and everybody annoys him, and he doesn't want any interaction from any human being. That's the kind of person he is. So one time he's this, and then he's fucking this. And a lot of times you don't know what it is because he doesn't tell you because he doesn't want to talk to anybody. So you're left in the dark. It's a mystery. Like, why the fuck are you angry all of a sudden? However, this time I know what peed him off. So, I put the garbage on the hood of the car. We drive it to the dumpster. I get out. They stay in the car. There's nothing for them to do. I just got to take the garbage, throw it in the dumpster. It's one of these big dumpsters. They're big. They're very huge. You could fit 50 people in them crowded, but they're huge. And, it opens up on the top, and it opens on the sides. And I've worked at this place for a good 7 years, and sometimes there are animals in there. Hell, there may have been a methed up homeless guy sometime. Who knows? Or heroin, or whatever. So, Because there are plenty of times I threw a bag in there and I hear scuffling around and I look in and I see a family of raccoons scared shitless. Sometimes they're stuck in there, and when they get stuck in there, I'll take a big log or stick from, because the dumpsters are on the edge of the woods. I can easily get, if I'm by myself, I can easily get picked up by a dog man or a big, husky, homeless man, and they can take me off the woods and fuck me and prolapse my anus. But luckily that hasn't happened yet. So it's at the edge of the woods, and it is thick fucking woods. It goes for a couple miles before it hits the backyard of somebody's house. And so I went up to the dumpster. I just had 2 garbage bags. That's it. I throw one over the top. It takes a lot of energy because you got to kind of go and then swing it up to get it up on top. You got to get momentum, kind of like, because it's a tall dumpster. It's taller than my head, and I'm 6'1", so it's a good 7 foot, maybe 7.5 foot dumpster tall. It's really fucking tall. So I threw the first garbage bag over on the top, and then I noticed that the doors are open. I usually don't open the doors. If they're open, I'll use them. If they're shut, I try to throw it over the top, because the dumpster is old and greasy, and it's nasty, and lots of things have touched it, because it's on the edge of the fucking woods, like homeless man come. So I decided, like, oh, the side door is open. I'm going to throw my last bag through the side so I don't have to exert a lot of energy. Well, something I didn't know, the first bag I threw in scared a raccoon. And I mean scared it. So during the time I threw the first bag in, and then about to throw the second bag in, it's like maybe 2 seconds apart from each other. So the first bag I threw in scares the fuck out of the raccoon. The raccoon's like, I gotta get the fuck out of here now. So it comes jumping out the side as I'm coming around the corner to the side to throw the other garbage in. It jumps out, sees me, it's scared, and then uses its back legs to propel off my chest into the woods. It happened so fast. I thought I was about to get eaten by a bear at the first. I thought there was an animal in there. It was going to pull me in. It was going to grab me. When I first thought the raccoon, it was great, and I thought it was a big, hairy arm, like a Bigfoot arm or Dogman arm or a homeless guy arm. I don't know. But I thought he was going to grab me by the chest, pull me in, and just eat me or rape me. Or rape me, then eat me. Who knows? But it was a raccoon. It jumps out, sees me, it turns around, and then uses its back legs to kick off my chest. I didn't touch me bare skin because I'm wearing a jacket. Got the jacket washed as soon as I got home because that raccoon is in the dumpster. Who knows what the fuck it touched. When that happens, my arms are flailing about. I'm moving so much. I almost fell backwards. I look to the car to see, because they're 6 feet, 8 feet away from me, maybe 10 feet. But I couldn't see in the car to see if they saw what the hell just happened, because the bright lights are on. So me and the 2 dumpsters are both lit up, right? And that freaked me out. I'm having a heart attack. My heart is fucking popping out of my chest. It scared me to the point where it kind of hurts. It's like, just, frightened. Usually at moments when that happens, when you get scared all of a sudden, you think you're going to die. At the moment, my brain thinks, oh shit, he's going to die. I remember seeing for a second some geometric patterns, because your brains think it's going to die. It just starts flooding your brain with DMT. So you start tripping, so that way your death will be a little pleasant. So I'm freaking out, seeing stars. That scared me. And then I come to realize, oh, it's just a raccoon. It was scared. It was just trying to get the fuck away from me. So I fucking frantically run into the car. I'm still freaking out. When that shit happens, you're not level-headed. You don't think clearly. You're frantic. You're scared. You're panicky. Okay? I went to the car. I opened it up. I'm like, did you guys see that? My brother went, no, we didn't see it. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? You didn't see that? And I explained what happened. He's like, no, him and his girlfriend were hugging and kissing as soon as I got out of the car. It's like every moment they got to hug and kiss. I don't know what the fuck happens, but yeah, none of them saw it. I wasn't upset that they didn't see it. I was fucking blown away at that moment they didn't see it. And I'm frantic, and apparently how my attitude, whatever, just pissed my brother off. He didn't like how I was acting. And during the whole ride to the next job, because they had to take me to the next job, because I cleaned 3 different buildings on Tuesdays and Fridays. And during the whole ride there, you can just tell my brother is pissed off at me. You can feel it. He's angered. He's annoyed. He just he did not like the way I acted, which is unfucking necessary. I was scared half shitless. And so, and I'm asking him questions about certain things like, hey, how come Dad didn't pick me up? He's like, I don't know. He's giving me short answers. So when he did that, I'm like, okay, buddy. Hey, I thought I was going to be attacked by an animal. I got scared half to death, had a minor heart attack, and yet you're annoyed by me? And, of course, I don't remember all the words he said, but I remember at one point he said, like, Jesus, because sometimes I have my brother on the podcast, and he likes to be on. He's in the background. I refer to the asshole as the gremlin. So he said, like, geez, I don't want my night to start off like this. I don't think I'm going to be on the podcast. And I'm thinking, I could have been attacked by a raccoon. I had a minor heart attack, and now you're saying, geez, I don't want my night to be off like this, and I don't think I want to be on this podcast. Fuck you, Brian. Fuck you. I can't believe that. Now, remember, at the time when all this happened, I'm not thinking clearly because a fucking raccoon jumped out at me. So, I'm not, again, not level-headed. Not completely sane. Then whenever the fuck am I really sane? I said something. Now that I look back, I said something, and I'm sure that may have been the thing that set him off and pissed him off. Because at the moment I was in the dumpster, I'm, again, frantic, freaking out, talking to the car. I'm like, I can't believe you guys didn't see that. And I remember at some point saying, like, because I wanted Brian to see that moment, in the future, I'm like, okay, well, when Dad takes me to the dumpster or whatever, he's usually watching to make sure, because you never know what's in there, a homeless man, a bear, or raccoons. So it's like I told Brian, I'm like, you got to be watching me while I go to the dumpster every time, which is, by the way, unnecessary. You don't have to watch me every time I go take the garbage to the dumpster. But I said that in the heat of the moment because I just was blown the fuck away at that moment when that never happened before. I never had a raccoon jump out at me. And yet, that first time that happened, Brian is there. He didn't see it. My brother, that's his name. He didn't see it, so it's like I said to him, like, you need to be watching me every time while I'm at the dumpster. Which, now that I look back, I probably shouldn't have said that. That is that's unnecessary. You don't have to be watching me every time I take the garbage to the dumpster. But, again, you need the moment. I was so fucking scared, and I'm like, what? I just couldn't fucking believe he didn't see that. The moment I take the shit out, they put the garbage in the dumpster, they decide to kiss and hug and stuff, and I'm like, come on, seriously. You missed it. I'm not upset that they missed it. I'm just blown the fuck away that moment, that fucking second, they didn't when we weren't watching. So of course I was upset at the time. Like, are you serious? So, because it's like, here's the thing. There's a lot of stories my brother just doesn't believe me on. He just doesn't. If he didn't see it happen, he just won't believe me. He does that sometimes. He doesn't say he doesn't believe me, but I fucking feel it. And so because of that rotten fucking how he had to be, again, I was in the wrong too because I was scared shitless out of my mind and my heart was pounding. So of course I'm going to say shit that's not going to make sense because your life goes past your eyes, man. It's crazy. So I'm very upset at the motherfucker because he's like, well, geez, didn't want my night to start off like this. I don't think I'm going to be on the podcast now. I'm like, dude, fuck you. I could have been attacked by a raccoon, could have had rabies, and you're saying this shit? Fuck you, man. I love you, but fuck you, Brian. Okay, rant over. Yeah, I know I'm in the wrong. He was in the wrong. We're both in the wrong. But Jesus, I didn't like the fact he had to act annoyed the whole time. I mean, Jesus, your brother could have been attacked by a raccoon, could have crawled up my face. I could have a terrible case of rabies. You would have had to take me to the hospital then after that, and probably you would be even more annoyed because you're like, fuck, now I got to take this guy to the hospital. So, yeah, he could be a total douche sometimes. Even when they dropped me off at my next place, I tried to crack a joke just to lighten the mood. Only his girlfriend laughed. Brian didn't even bother laughing at all. He just didn't want anything to do with me. In fact, at that moment, there's a building. Okay, usually when I get out of work, I go to, in order, I go to this building, then the other building. Because one building you can't get in till 6:30. And the other building, which is further, I can't go in until like a little after 6 o'clock. But if I get done earlier at the first building, then I can go to the other one. Well, I had 5 minutes before it was going to be 6:30. I didn't want to get to the building, wait a couple minutes in the car, and then go in because at that moment I didn't want anything to fucking do with my brother. Just like right now, just like probably for a while too. I'm just sick of his fucking actions. I don't like the fact he does shit like that. It's bothersome to me. It's very bothersome. That's why I've already decided right now that I really don't want to get him involved in my big when I become a movie director and when I make movies. I don't want him anything to do with it. Just because he does shit like this. And this is just one of many fucking examples. Again, I love my brother, but he's a fucker. He's a fucker, let me tell you. He's a lot of times he's unreliable. If my mother wants to get him to do a job, it takes him months to get it done to. Unless money's involved, he gets to it right away. But if not, just like it took him 2 fucking months to get to my grandparents' house, trailer. I got 2 grandparents that live close to each other, one on my mom's side, one on my dad's side. They just happened to be neighbors. But she had asked him for several months, like, hey, can you please take care of the leaves there? And it took him 2.5 months to get to it. It just takes him a while to get to shit. There was one time I was about to leave for work. Something happened. My dad had to get going right now. So it's like, oh, and I know that my mother wanted me to collect herbs from the garden, which it takes 2 fucking minutes. You go out there, pick them, you bring them inside. That's it. And I asked Brian, can you please pick these herbs? I had to go in right now. I was supposed to do it. And he said, sure, I'll do it. Never did it. I asked him earlier. I'm like, dude, did you do it? He's like, no. And I'm like, dude, I asked you to do it. Mom asked you. She's like, Mom didn't ask me. You did that one time. And I'm thinking, like, why are you even giving an excuse? We asked you to do one favor. You said you would do it, and you didn't do it. That's a dick move. Sorry. It's a dick move. I'm ranting more about my brother, but I'm just fucking, I'm really pissed off at the moment. So I feel like I got to do this because get it off my chest. And I don't care if he sees his podcast or not, because I don't think I will be letting him back on anytime soon. If ever. God damn, I'm pissed. I'm being toxic right now. I need to stop thinking about this. I need to stop being so fucking like this. I'm just upset. And when you're angry, you get really tired. And that's probably the reason why I didn't record my podcast last night. Because when you're so angry and when you're just bubbling with anger and hate and all this, it draws the energy out of you. It makes you so fucking tired. And then you go to bed before midnight, just like what I did last night. So yeah, 18 minutes in, and I'm still kind of ranting. Let's keep ranting. Let's keep talking about this bitch. So, no, I'm actually done. I don't have any more to talk about. Kind of hoping he does listen to this and gets all upset at me because I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'm angry. Rawr! Rawr! God damn it, my hemorrhoids are really bothering me. I have hemorrhoids so bad right now. I've never had them this bad. I have to use hemp, cannabis, topical oil to rub in my asshole to give just to relieve the pain. It works for like 15 minutes and then the pain comes back. It is hard. Sometimes it hurts the shit. And you know what's really bad with hemorrhoids? Really solid shits. God damn, it hurts when it comes out because you're stretching that anus. The hemorrhoids are on both the outside and the inside. I got multiple of them. This is the worst case I've ever had. I don't want to go to the doctor. I don't care because they're going to make me take another COVID test, which I don't think they're fucking reliable. These damn cheap-ass COVID tests that take 7 days to get the results, which should be done in 20 minutes, but because you have all these backup and people getting COVID tested right and left and right, it takes a goddamn week for it to get to you, which, by the way, even then, it shouldn't take that fucking long. Because you can take the test, wait for a week, the test ends up being negative, and then during the week you're waiting, you end up getting COVID, and then all of a sudden you get your test results back like, oh, I'm clear, I'm good to go, not knowing you caught it sometime after the test. It's so stupid. It's retarded. So yeah, my hemorrhoids are really hurting me. It's pretty bad. It's painful. Sometimes it hurts to sit. Sometimes it hurts to stand. It feels pretty good though when shit's coming out, but when afterwards, God, fuck, it hurts. It's like the muscles are stretched out and the anus is trying to go back to its original shape, and it's having a hard time doing that because the fucking hemorrhoids are in the way. That might be another reason why I'm angry, because of these fucking hemorrhoids. They suck. They're just a bitch. Ugh. I'm going to have a cookie. No, I'm going to have the last cheese and quacker with ham before it gets too warm, because it's better when it's cold. I like ham and cheddar cheese cracker Lunchables. They're delicious. They're cheap, easy meal. It ain't very healthy for you, but it's got grams of protein. 9 grams of per serving. The other thing that might be contributing to these hemorrhoids is my shitty diet. Half the stuff I eat is pretty healthy. The other half is just junk food. It's horrible fucking junk food. And sometimes when you eat a bunch of Doritos, you don't chew it too well. They're like bits of glass coming out your asshole at the end, and it scratches it up, makes the hemorrhoids worse. It's horrible. I'm glad at least when I eat my main meals like Subway, or main meals. I have Subway like 3 times a week almost. It ain't the best for you, but I fucking love it. But I eat a lot of spinach with my main meals, like when I have chicken tacos or if I have chili burritos or whatever. I have a ton of veggies with it, spinach specifically, because it lubricates your intestines. It makes it easier when shit slides out of you. It's great. And you feel better too. Plus you're getting the plant nutrients as well. I need to be drinking kale shakes more often, but I'm a lazy bitch because you got to make them every time. You got to clean up your Ninja blender when you're done. And I'm a lazy bitch, and that's why it'll probably take forever for me to be a film director, because I'm a lazy motherfucker. But might be lazy also because of the shitty foods I ate. Imagine if I ate at least 90% healthy food. My behavior would be better probably. My attitude would be better. These hemorrhoids would be shrunken down to nothing probably. But no. Every night I want to eat chicken in a basket crackers with canned cheese, and I almost go through a whole can of that fucking... It's supposed to serve 50 people. I eat the whole can sometimes in one night. I take it and I squirt the canned cheese in my mouth, and then I take a handful of crackers and shove it in there so it can mix good in my mouth. And I'm sure those crackers hurt when it comes out. That might be one of those things, those crackers... Nah, your body should soften it up after it goes through all your tubes inside of you. But, yeah. Hemorrhoids are a bitch. I don't like them. They're painful. But it helps if you got cannabis hemp cream, that topical oil. Just put a lot in your finger and just rub it all over your asshole. Put a little more on. Go in your asshole a bit. Just go in and out, in and out. Why does YouTube put me in the back of the algorithm? I don't know why. You know, YouTube, shame on you. I make these good videos, and it makes it very difficult for them to find my stuff and find my podcast unless you type down exactly what it is. Like, dude, I tried on my mom's computer. I tried searching on YouTube any of my very cute videos. Can't find it. Not when you just type it in. You got to put uniquely brutal at the end. Nobody does very cute and then uniquely brutal, and then one of my shits will pop up. Literally shits, by the way. Audio of it, anywho. YouTube, why do you do this? Why do you shun people who happen to have a conservative mindset? I don't consider myself a conservative or liberal. I'm kind of in between, because they could both be pretty fucking stupid. Especially the liberals. But... yeah, that's why I got the fuck off Facebook. During the beginning of last week, alright. This is fucking... So, by the way, Facebook, fuck you. I'm done with you forever. So, I didn't even bother deleting my account. I just abandoned it. I got the fuck off. People will start realizing when they notice I don't post shit anymore ever. Literal shit. Okay. When I was on Facebook, before I got the fuck off and abandoned it because Facebook is fucking shit, it became clear to me that Okay. So I had these 3 pages, cannabis pages, that I was invited to be a part of. And the point of these pages is basically sell out the middleman, people who, see, not everybody can spend their money at dispensaries. It's mainly for, like, rich white folks and some occasional wealthy black folks. And I'm generalizing as fuck, by the way. But the point of the matter is, dispensary weed, dispensary stuff is so goddamn expensive. And for the right reason, by the way. They got to pay their staff. They got to pay their security guards, the cameras, the tech, they are great customer service. You're paying for fantastic customer service. At least the dispensary I went to. What's it called? I got the name of it right here. Loom at Mackinac. Not Mackinac Island, Mackinac. Right? It's called Mackinac, right? Mackinac City. Yeah, it's in Mackinac City. Not the island, Mackinac. Island has dispensaries too, but specifically the city on the mainland. Great fucking dispensary. That's my plug-in for Loom. Loom is awesome. But it's expensive as fuck. And the reason why it is, again, pay for the staff, the security, the good toilets, you know? They gotta pay. They need good health insurance so they can buy cortisone cream for their hemorrhoids. So, yeah, I get it. You got to pay quite a bit. The point, what I'm trying to get to, is that these cannabis pages on Facebook, which I was invited to like and share any information, is basically people can go on, take a picture of whatever bud they got, send it there, or write words like, I got the stuff, and they can cut out the middleman. They sell directly, and it's much cheaper because, I mean, we sell it here $5 a gram. It's pretty good. Homegrown weed. And that's what I always think. Weed, the bud should always be $5 a gram. Now, unless you're selling a dispensary, you can't sell shit for $5 a gram because you won't be able to pay for everybody's, paycheck and, the good service that you get at a dispensary like Loom. So, these pages, you can go on, pay stuff, and people will come buy it. Well, one photo I pasted, actually a couple of them, was a bunch of these. These are fucking awesome. My brother made these. Black tar heroin. I'm just kidding. It's Rick Simpson's oil. RSO. This is cannabis oil. It's a cancer killer. You put this in your body, you have a gram a day, your cancer will go away, no matter what kind it is. Well, most kinds, at least. And it's great for... Fuck doing chemo, just take this shit. This is way better than chemo, because you'll feel pretty good. And, well, you'll be tired a lot of the time. But at least your fucking hair won't fall out. And you'll get the munchies, and a dry mouth. And if you take enough, you'll see psychedelic patterns. So, that's cool. That's better than chemo. Something that was discovered through, basically, Nazi scientists that were killing people with mustard gas. That's how chemo was discovered or invented. Who fucking knows? But it's along the lines of that. So, I'm going to say no to chemo and yes to the Rick Simpson's oil. So, I posted pictures of this oil and a bag of bud. But the first time I did it, and I was dumb, and I wasn't... Facebook is in all 50 states, and it's around the world, too. But, because I live in Michigan, which is a legal state. Marijuana is legal here. It's fine. You can sell it. It's all good. You don't have to need a permit or anything. As long as you follow the rules and stipulations, you're good to go. But it's not like that in all the states. Especially Tennessee. God damn. So, because it's not like that in all the states, when you're using a platform such as Facebook, they still treat it, doesn't matter if you're in a legal state or not. It doesn't matter if you're in a legal state or not. They're still going to treat it as an illegal substance, a drug. Which I don't consider cannabis or anything natural really a drug, because it's natural, it comes from the ground, it's meant for us, it helps us get connected to God and stuff. I'm not even religious, but when I say that, like taking mushrooms, it's a religious experiment. You will fucking talk to some sort of being, call it God, call it whatever the fuck you want, I don't care. You already know what I believe. I think God's a alien retard. But anywho, playing Sims, and we're the Sims. That's why I suggested Sims Meth Lab. So, I posted this picture talking about exactly what it was. I got RSO and Fiery Bud, but because of the Bud and RSO, they flagged it. And they said, sorry, You can't share this picture. Not only that, you can't post or comment on anything for a day. I'm going to be straightforward. When Facebook does that, it's irritably retarded. Because they're treating me like a child. I'm 27. I may be a man-child, but I'm still a legal adult. I don't like being treated like a child. I don't like the idea of suspension. I think in some cases suspension is necessary, and in lots of other cases it's completely unfucking necessary. So, suspended off Facebook for a picture I shared, instead of them just saying, hey, we took down this picture, here's a warning, but you can still post stuff like that. When you suspend me for a day, it's like saying, oh, it's like being in high school, and you did something you weren't supposed to do, so they suspend you. I'm like, I'm not a child. I can learn from this mistake, it's fine. I'm not like the other dumb adults that use Facebook. I'm trying to make sense about this. So, I'm like, alright, wait a day. I took different pictures. And I reposted them. Now it's telling me, oh, sorry, you can't post this. This is against... And I'm like, bitch, I took different pictures. And it said, no, now you're suspended for 2 days. I'm like, what the fuck? 2 days? What? I didn't say any words. I just posted the picture. And they still suspended me. And these sites on Facebook, these Facebook pages, it's just posts of people posting pictures of their marijuana and oil and other concentrates. I know I'm not the only one being suspended just for posting a picture. And so I waited 2 fucking days. I took different pictures. Because maybe I'm thinking, like, okay, well, maybe the pictures I took before, it's using key elements like maybe this. It doesn't, when it sees this syringe thing, and it's like, oh, can't post that. He posted that before, so fucking get him on that. So I tried to post different pictures. I did the capsule with the oil in it. This, which lots of people are taking pictures of. Their silicone puck with the oil in it like that. Huh? Like that, like that, like that. Alright? And then, I just had a little nugget in my hand. Just a little nugget. Just a little nugget. A little sticky, sticky nugget. Posted those pictures, thinking like, okay, gonna get the stuff out there, get the word out so people will want to come and buy it. No, Facebook suspended me for 3 days! 3 days! 3 fucking days! I know you're getting used to the lesbian face of mine, but that's okay. I know, I look fucking weird clean shaven. It takes some years off. Not really, I just look like a weird dude. Anywho, I look like kind of like Patton Oswalt. Anywho, so, 3 fucking days. And not only it suspended me for 3 days, it said, well, you're not only suspended, but we're also suspending you for these previous posts you made back in May. I posted some pictures back in May, similar stuff, and they suspended me for a day for that. And they weren't even cannabis-related pictures. There was something else. Pictures that I got off Facebook. Why does that shit happen? I found this picture on Facebook. I shared it, and Facebook's like, no, this is against regulations. You can't share that. But, bitch, I found this on Facebook. What the fuck are you doing? So, I've already served the time for that day in May. But now, not the one time it did it, not the one time where it got me for 2 days, but all of a sudden for 3 days, it's all of a sudden counting that thing back in May. And now it's like, no, because of this back in May, we have to suspend you for 3 days. When that happened, I'm like, alright, I'm fucking done with you. I am fucking done with you treating me like a child. I'm fucking done with you. You have to keep everyone on who has a political idea on the left side, but you want to kick out and ban people who have ideas on the right side. Facebook, you motherfuckers, we're in America. Freedom of speech. You should allow everybody. So I'm like, you know what? I'm deleting this fucking app, and I'm never going back in. Shame on you, Facebook. Shame on you for treating adults like childs. Shame on you for having a clearly liberal bias. Fucking shame on you. I texted some friends of mine and told them exactly what happened, because I had to let them know, like, hey, I won't be on Facebook anymore, so you won't be seeing me anything. And, you know, of course they asked why. I told them the exact detail. One of my friends who post to 2 of those cannabis pages says, the same shit has happened to me. And because of that, I've been on Facebook for months because why fucking bother? I knew I was not the only one that was happening to. But because I'm such a unique person, whoever does the analysis of these photos and videos when they're posted and uploaded was really fucking keeping an eye on me. Didn't like that I was even though everyone else was posting cannabis pictures on this page, when I did it, nope, they're like, no, we're gonna ban you because we like to fuck with you. I was being fucked with. So I got the fuck off Facebook. And now I'm looking to get on Parler and BitChute because YouTube is pissing me off too. YouTube, what are you doing? Another platform where it's clearly liberal bias. YouTube, what the fuck was with that video of the 100 black people? What are, asking the question, the interview, what are white people superior at? What the fuck? What the fuck? It was funny enough watching all the different white people react to that video and going, this is fucking racist. But it was even priceless, much more priceless to watch all the different black YouTubers reacting to that cringy video. And they had the same ideas I had. This is fucking racist. Imagine, all of them said the same thing. Well, not the exact same thing. They're different people, obviously different ideas. But they said similar fucking shit. One of them said, actually, one common thing they all said, I didn't want to watch the white people reacting to the video. I wanted to watch black folks, black level-headed folks that got their mind in the right place, or watching these videos, and almost every one of them said, I'm like, if you reverse this would get so much hate and so much shit and instantly kicked off YouTube and Facebook and all that. But because it's racism against white people, that's fine. It's still cringy as fuck. If you made a video of like, what are black people superior at? And then you had a bunch of white folks saying like, oh, they're good at eating watermelon, they can spice up chicken, they're great at playing basketball. So many people would be so pissed off at that. But it's fine if it's racist against white people. Completely fine. Same thing with Twitter. Same thing with Facebook. Fuck Twitter. I'm so glad I never got the fuck on that platform. Holy shit. Twitter, holy fuck. Holy shit. Fuck Twitter too. It's just a bunch of toxic bullshit. Mostly. I'm sure there's some pleasant pages on there of people who are just want to share their artwork and stuff like that. Jeremy from the Quartering is on Twitter. I guess if it helps his platform, but I know with his views, he would eventually, I'm sure, get kicked off Twitter anyway, because that's what Twitter does. They kick off people who just share their own opinions. That's why I've looked into Parler and BitChute. They allow everyone on. They don't have a bias. They're like, hey, just here's our rules. Follow them. We don't care if you're right wing, left wing. We don't care. Okay? And because they're getting bigger and more popular and they allow everyone on, people from the platforms like Twitter, like YouTube, like Facebook, and then somehow get leaks onto mainstream media, they're saying that Parler and BitChute support racism. This is a platform for bigots. Oh, yeah. Because you keep shoveling people off the ideas you don't agree by, so they go and find their own platform, their own safe space, and you want to attack them on their own safe space. Fuck you guys. Fuck your insanely left ideologies. Are you fucking... Again, I'm not even conservative. I'm neither right or left. I'm neither right or left. I'm neither right or left. I should get it right. This is right hand, this is left hand, okay? Right, not left, not... Okay. That's retarded. And so that's why BitChute and Parler are getting bigger quite fast. I need to get on them really soon and start uploading all my podcast episodes onto BitChute. And I might just stop uploading the YouTube, because YouTube is really pushing me back to the algorithm. I don't agree with it. I already put on my videos when I upload them every time, this isn't made for kids. I checked the box that says not made for kids. So it's clear this is adult content. This is mature content. I'm not for kids. I'm fucking clear. It's not for kids. But yet you still want to put me in the back of the algorithm. You still want to make it harder for people to find me. I'm a brand new content creator, starting up fresh, and you want to make it so difficult for people to find me. YouTube, Shame on you. Fucking shame on you. I hope everyone in your staff at YouTube gets the horrible hemorrhoids that I have right now. I don't wish death upon anybody. I wish aching, painful hemorrhoids. And you gotta use cortisone cream or hemp cream to help just alleviate the pain. I hope you'll have to sit on a donut because you're fucking hemorrhoids. That's what I wish on you. Same thing for Jack Dorsey and the bitch who's whoever was on Joe Rogan's show. That I don't know. I forgot her name. She's a cunt though. She barely answered any of the questions. She kept fucking just smoothly transitioning to something else without ever answering questions. She was just a cunt. She's a beautiful cunt. I'd love to have her sit on my face. Same thing with Amber Heard. Same thing with Kamala Harris. They're all fucking cunts and bitches, but I'd love to have them sit on my face. This is not good. At that point, if you're going to sit on my face, I hope you don't have hemorrhoids. Because, anywho, sorry, I love eating ass. Yeah, fuck that cunt from Twitter. She's worse than Jack Dorsey. And Jack Dorsey's starting to look more like Saddam Hussein. No. Saddam bin Laden, or whatever the fuck his name is. He looks a little Muslim. Maybe we should be concerned. And another thing, too. How come the left attack churches of Christianity and stuff like that? I'm not even religious, again. Don't care. Don't go to church. I don't like church. It's fucking annoying. The only church I would like to go to is maybe a black church, because at least it's exciting. It's fun. They sing, they dance, and the pastor doesn't make you nod off. He's very entertaining, very animated. He says cool shit. Even if it's from a book I don't give a fuck about, it makes it sound interesting. That's why I go to a black church. They're so much fun. Than a fucking white church. They're annoying as fuck. I grew up in a fucking white church. It's not fun. It's not fun. It's boring as shit. I wish I grew up in a black church. That would be singing, dancing, all that stuff. Oh, Jesus fuck, they're good at putting on a mass in them black churches. Anywho, probably only find those churches in the projects. But anywho, what the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, these left-wing motherfuckers always attack people that have Christianity, faith and stuff like that, because Christianity is kind of slightly, in the past though, not the modern day Christians, but in the past, it is linked to slavery, white supremacy, for sure, absolutely, but those are the ones in the past. A lot of them are dead now, okay? There's modern Christians. That's why they made the new version of the Bible after Leviticus, because they're like, yeah, Leviticus, very entertaining read. We don't want to follow these kind of rules. We don't want to stone gay people or kill gay people or so. I don't know. It's horrible, horrifying shit in Leviticus. So they made a new version of it, which cherry picked out of Leviticus, where it's like, okay, here's a more pleasant Bible, an updated one, a modern one. So what I'm trying to get to, I'm very sick and tired of people that attack Christians. They call them, they're racist, they're against blacks, and they don't allow gay people in the church, which is mostly untrue. A lot of churches now, they want to get more people. They don't care where you come from. They don't care what color you are. They don't care what your sexual orientation is. They want you to come in because they want more camaraderie. They want more, family-driven advance. A lot of churches really do help the economy. Not the church itself, but the people that are in the church. A lot of the people that run the church are usually pedophiles, especially the Vatican. Fuck the Vatican. But anywho, I can't even get to my point because I keep going on to rants. I keep forking off in these different directions. What I'm trying to get to, it upsets me that those left-wing people get upset at all those Christianity nuts or Baptist nuts, but yet, if you say anything bad about Muslim people, they'll say, that's horrible, you're racist, you're against Muslims. I'm like, dude, Muslims in history are way worse than a lot of Christians. Yes, a lot of Christians have caused genocide and stuff, but Jesus fuck, Muslims now, currently in the Quran, they kill gay folks, they kill transgender folks. And by the way, those are old-time Muslims, because right here in America, I'm going to tell you this, every fucking Muslim I have met personally, fucking nice person, really nice bloke, really nice people, but they're all modern Muslims. Just like modern Christians, they cherry-picked from their Quran and be like, okay, I like this, I like this. I don't want to stone to death my gay neighbors. I actually like them. They make good creme brulee. I'm going to take this out. And so they follow their version of the Quran. The old version is fucking horrifying, and it's nasty, and it's not very peaceful. The new version, the updated one, like after Leviticus for the Bible, it's more pleasant. It's probably shorter, too. Not much of a long read. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But these modern Muslims don't want to kill anybody. Especially the ones that live here in America, most of them, they just want to live a good life. And ones that try to follow the old ways instantly get thrown in jail because the old ways are, I don't know, let's see, pedophilia. They choose who their daughter gets to marry at the age of 7 or a little older. I don't know exactly. Some of them cut off the clits of their own daughters just so they won't get sexual pleasure, so that way they could be a good slave to their husband in the future. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. After saying all this shit, really, my brother's not that bad at all. Compared to Muslims and old-time Christians, my brother's a fucking superhero compared to those motherfuckers. Even though I said he was a cock and a douchebag, I love my brother, but god damn, he looks like a bright angel compared to a lot of old-time Muslims and old-timey Christians. So, I don't know where I'm getting at, but god damn it, you fucking liberals. And conservatives, too. There's crazy conservatives, too. I think most of them are good. And there's some good liberals. I think some of them are good. Oh, I'm gonna eat this cookie. I'll take a pause here in a bit, because I gotta take a pee-pee. I repeat, I'll have to take a pee-pee, not a poo-poo. Trying really hard not to take more than 3 shits a day, because it really hurts my ass afterwards. And sometimes I take dumps 5 to 6 times a day. Probably not good. Probably based on my fucking diet. You know what happens. That was a fucking good cookie. Oh, so, oh shit. Oh shit. Damn it. I spilled the bong. Oh no. Okay, not too much water. I spilled my Avengers rig. Some water fell out. Oh well. Damn it. That's not a big deal. Hey, at least it's not glass. That's why I got this fucker. It's silicone. Burnt. 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 Ain't gonna break if it falls on the ground. No, not a single glass piece in it. I love silicone rigs. They're great. It just sucks when we're inhaling so much and then the bong water goes up in your mouth. You just want to gag. Just like how some people suck a good cock. They just want to gag. Yeah, I know. I think I know why YouTube puts me in the back of the algorithm, but I think it's still bullshit. There's a lot of people that say pretty gruesome stuff like me. I'm like, dude, there's all these great podcasts that, well, I probably see them in the algorithm just because I follow other podcasts that those their viewers also watch them as well. Just like I love Blair White. She's a great, hilarious, trans conservative. She's a beautiful woman who's born as a boy, living as a girl. I'd love to have her sit on my face too. But anywho, or sit on my face and her balls will be on my chin. Anywho, because she didn't get the snip-sip surgery. But I was listening to her and watching her, and when I was done listening to it, the YouTube algorithm suggested, hey, a lot of Blair White's viewers also watch this trans YouTuber. So I'm like, okay. Clicked on it. Within 2 minutes, I got the fuck out. Person wasn't funny. It was cringy. Clearly, here's the thing. You can have a liberal bias. I don't care if, honestly, as long as you're funny, you're entertaining, you're relevant, I'll watch you. I don't care if you're left or right. I don't give a fuck. Better if you're in the center. But some of these motherfuckers, dude, they're just cringy to watch. And I had to get the fuck out. I don't know what the fuck I was getting to. So, but yeah, I love Blair White. She's awesome. But a lot of these other trans YouTubers, I'm sure I'll find another one I like a lot too. But so far, I've not found one as good as Blair White. She's fucking amazing. She's really funny. Yes, she makes some mistakes, but I don't think she lies. I think they're just mistakes. And people try to say, oh, she's lying or whatever. I make mistakes all the fucking time. And I say stuff, I think I know what I'm talking about, but I really fucking don't know what I'm talking about. But at the time, I think like, oh yeah, I got the answers. No, I don't. I learned later. We're humans. We make mistakes. We're fucked up. We get hemorrhoids sometimes, you know? It's pretty bad. We're very faulty made organisms, I feel. But we're getting better. We're like young godlings, and eventually we'll make it out of the woods, past the clearing, to the airport, and then we'll be able to, you know, instantly clear our hemorrhoids with just a pill that will also make your dick hard. So, we are 51 minutes in. We're doing good. I'm going to pause real quick because I gotta piss. Let me tell you, that was a good piss. Oh, it was great. I just went outside the door. I opened up a half-filled Werner's bottle of piss and then just added more piss in it. And now there's, like, it's more than halfway filled. And, yeah, I'm a good guy. So, I'm saving the planet. I mention a lot of times I'm going to go home and piss in a jug. I actually do that a lot. But the reason why it is, yes, I collect jugs and bottles of piss. I don't do it for a nefarious, disgusting reason. Yes, it's fucking disgusting, but it's actually quite necessary. We have horrible varmints. They get into our yard sometime, and they really fuck up the yard, whether it's woodchucks or something like that, especially around the barn. And we won't want squirrels and shit storing nuts in the barn or the garage. So I'll take the bottles of piss, and they've been fermenting for a while. They've gotten concentrated. You can see all the vitamins that I've eaten or whatever collected at the bottom, and it's traces, and you fucking shake it up. It's all mixed together. It's disgusting. You may have to open it here and there just to burp it so they don't explode. But anywho, I'll take them, and I dump them around the area, like around the barn, back in the garage or whatever. Mammals, almost all mammals, they hate the smell of piss, especially human piss, because they're well aware, like, oh, humans kill and eat us all the time. So they stay the fuck away out of the yard, and it's great. Except for cats. Cats don't care, because they piss everywhere anyway, and they want to eat the birds that get in our yard. So I may have to crossbow those cats. I don't know. I don't want to kill a cat. In fact, I don't really like killing a lot of creatures. I'll kill mosquitoes. I'll kill some stink bugs, because especially the ones that a lot of the ones we have here are not native to here. They're from China. So you kind of want to kill those anyway, because they're an invasive species. But I'm not really into killing animals. I will, however, love to get into killing animals if I become a hunter, because that will be fun. And it'll be something really cool. It's like a ritual, you know, just the searching for the animal, getting ready, being quiet, waiting for hours, and then finally you swing back your bow or crossbow or rifle or whatever the fuck you got, and then you shoot it, and you kill it, and you feel good you've accomplished something, but you're not wasting it, and you hope it's a fast death. You don't want the thing to die miserably. You hope it's a fast death. You hope you get them in the lung, so it kills them fast, or in the head, and then you just fucking cut their body up. You pull their entrails up, and you just drag their body to the truck, flop it in the truck, take a selfie with it. And then, I've taken a selfie with a dead deer before. It's a great time. And then you take it home, you process it. You gotta hang the deer for a couple days, I think, or whatever. Kind of let it slightly fermentize, or whatever the fuck the word, the proper word is. But anywho, you process it, you get the meats, and then you put it in your freezer, and now you're good for several months. You got meat, you're good to go. And it's even great when you have a greenhouse and you're growing your own veggies and stuff, or what. I'm just talking about a whole bunch of shit. It'd be cool to be a hunter. It'd be sweet. Now, if you're hunting big game, you don't have to hunt too often. But if you're hunting things like turkeys, chickens aren't really wild. If you're hunting things like turkeys or rabbits or small things like that, you'd have to hunt more often because, well, rabbit meat is very lean, not a lot of fat in it. It's good to have fat in your diet. You need to have fat in there. If you're eating just lean meat, you're going to slowly kind of starve in a weird way. Your body needs fat. A lot of people don't know that. Fat's really good for you. Trans fat, all that good. I'm not talking about transsexual fat. It's just called trans fat. So, very healthy for body. So I love jerky, especially jerky that has a lot of fat in it. I love fat in my bacon. It's pretty good for you. It's great. Keeps your motors going and shit. How do vegans get their fat? From beans? From fucking beans? Yeah, I suppose you can. There's fats in some plants. I don't know. I just can't be vegan, man. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I'm gonna take a dab. I'm gonna leave my black light on for now. From now on, this is cool. This is great. Yeah, with the light off, you can't see me too well. I don't care though, but this I like the little purpley blue colors. They're great. And if I happen to be showing any of my artwork that has the fluorescent, colorful colors in it that glows underneath the black light or in the dark, especially when it's in the dark, it'll glow even brighter underneath the black light. And YouTube, stop fucking putting me in the back of the algorithm. So, I'm gonna take a dabby poo. Look. We've been using this, sharing it between me and my brother for the last couple of weeks. And we usually go through, before the allergy attack, we used to go through, we go through this in, less than 3 days. Or 4 days or something. We had an allergy attack on our lungs and our whole body. It's almost like we were sick with COVID, but we did not have COVID. And, because we got tested. I got tested. We got tested. We went out with a friend and we harvested some plants out on his friend's property that he didn't even tell his friend that he planted those 100 cannabis plants there. And he said, I don't think they'd be on board with this. So I just planted them anyway. They got a huge fucking lots of acreage. So he just planted those plants there. Lots of different cannabis. Very good, very delicious. But it was it was fucking November. Was it November? No. No, it was in October. It was in October, a couple weeks before Halloween. It was cold as fuck out, and we had to go and get as many plants as we can before the hunters would start coming out, because they would definitely find those plants, and maybe report, maybe not. Even though we're in a legal state, you can't just plant plants everywhere. That's anywhere you want. That's illegal. You gotta have a designated plotting land where whoever owns the property is okay with it. And if you don't have papers or any license, you can't go past 12 plants. Dude, he had more than 90 plants. And he doesn't have any papers. But hey, man, that's what farmers do here, in America. We just go against over rules and regulations because we know what makes good money. And goddamn, he makes pretty good money from his crop. So anywho, we helped him harvest the plants, but he failed to mention to us, hey, bring the appropriate foot gear. We're going to walk through a 10-foot muddy-ass creek, and it's going to be cold out. And if you wear tennis shoes, one step you take, when you pull up, that mud's going to grab your shoe, and then next thing you know, your shoeless, just got a sock, and then you're going cold feet in the mud. That's what happened to me and my brother. So we thought we both got really sick, but we actually weren't sick. The allergies were fucking horrible, and they were really, it was making us hard to breathe. We had to quit dabbing altogether. We had to quit smoking altogether. Even vaporizing. We couldn't... dabbing is a form of, extreme vaporizing. We couldn't even regularly vape with, a tiny nug from my Volcano vaporizer. Which is supposed to be way less harsh on your lungs than straight-up dabbing. But, Jesus fuck, because when your body is just shocked by the allergies or whatever, you have to remember, when you dab, when you smoke, when you vaporize, you're taking in the crystals on nugs of weed. It's pollen. It's a form of pollen. So when you have allergies, the last thing you want to do is inhale a bunch of pollen. So we get fucked up and high, but yet we'd be wheezing. Not wheezing now. I'm doing great now, but we'd be wheezing. Our lungs would seize up. It'd be almost hard to breathe. Every time we breathe in and out, you just hear a rattle in our chest. So it's almost like we were sick, but we weren't. We had allergies so fucking bad. Because, again, I got tested for COVID. I fucking came out positive. So good. But had to wait for a fucking week. So who knows if it was a false negative or false positive. Who the fuck knows? But anywho, I'm clear either way. I'm just going to say I'm clear because I'm showing no symptoms. So, except when I cough a lot. But that's after I take a dab or smoke. So, we stopped dabbing, smoking, stopped taking everything for the lungs. We just went stone cold sober for like a good week, week and a half, 2 weeks or something. I don't remember exactly. Felt like a long time. Now, luckily with me, I do find, like, I smoke marijuana, I dab it every fucking day. And even before the allergies, I would do it every fucking day. And I was fine with it, whatever. But when that happened, I was wheezing so much more. When, you know, after harvest happened, helping my friend harvest. And it was just a bitch for us. So we're like, let's give our lungs a fucking break. And when you take a break, when you've been smoking and dabbing marijuana every day for years and years and years, like I was, and you take a week break, when you go back on it, it hits you like a brick because you've had a tolerance break. You built down your tolerance. So when you go back to marijuana, even the smallest hit, even the smallest snug of weed, the smallest little drip of concentrates, and you dab it and you smoke it, you vaporize it, dude, it's like you haven't gotten high in years, and it gets you so fucked up. And we're only off of it like a week or so. So, because of that, beforehand, I would take huge dab hits, like the size of a corn kernel, or whatever it's called. Huge dab hits. I would take huge smoke hits. I would just smoke so much. Now, after all that's happened and my tolerance is built down, we've been taking little tiny speck dabs. Little small, at least I have. But little small hits. And not even every day. Like, I didn't even smoke at all last night. It's been more than 24 hours since I did. So, I haven't been dabbing every day. But when I do, I'll take a tiny fucking hit. And because of that, we've been conserving a lot on these concentrates. I mean, that's a full one. It's like this right here. A full one is 1 gram. So that it took us, we've been working on this for a couple weeks. We've only gone a little more than halfway. So we're conserving a lot of it. We're conservatives. We've been conserving it. And it's great. It's awesome. So it feels good actually not to be dabbing all the time, not to be irritating your lungs, because my lungs may have been starting seizing up anyway, whether I would help out my friend or not. Maybe, you know, my body's working against me, telling me like, hey, lay the fuck off. Take a break. Take a lot less. You just don't have to do it this much. And you're right. Just like I see videos of those people dabbing like almost a 0.7 or a whole fucking gram. That's unnecessary. You're going to waste most of it. And you're going to really fuck up your lungs. All that goddamn pollen you're going to take in. Jesus. So, I'm glad I'm doing that. I'm barely smoking, barely dabbing, barely vaping. And when I say barely, they're tiny fucking hits. But because I was off of it for a while, the tiny hits keep me high for several hours. It's good. It's pretty fucking good. So, I like that. I fucking love that. We're 1 hour and 3 minutes in. Nice. So, god damn it, these hemorrhoids still suck. But at least I'm not ranting about my brother anymore. That's toxic, you know. You shouldn't be mad at someone who's part of your family that you love. You can't hold grudges forever, even though they can be quite the shithead sometimes. We're all busted computers. We're not all perfect. You know, some of us is a Windows 10. Other people are fucking Alienware. They clearly process things way better. They work in a much because they're eating better, fucking have a better diet than I do. But that's what I look at all human beings. We're like computers. You know, we're biological androids, like. If you think about it, how the mind works, how everything processes everything, our brain is a fleshy fucking 3-pound computer. And it's is that how much? Is the brain 3 pounds? I don't know. But it loses like 16 grams when you die. So it's like part of you, the soul or whatever was inside, just goes away. Or 6 grams, I don't fucking know. It's very fascinating. We know a lot more about the space than we do our oceans. We actually know a lot more about space than we do our own fucking brain. There's a scientist that said, you know, there's nothing more vast than the human mind. Yes, the space is out there, it keeps going or whatever, but in here, it's unlimited. Just like space. Just like it's possible that space itself we're inside of a brain of a supercomputer. You can call it God, call it the great electron, whatever you want to. We're inside of a goddamn brain. I believe that. As above, so below. I mean, the picture of a brain cell in our universe, or any universe, they look so goddamn identical. We're inside of a brain. Fuck it, I believe that. Why the fuck not? It's fun to believe in things, even if you don't have the evidence or not. It makes life more interesting. Just like I believe ghosts are future science. But you have to imagine, in the late 1800s, they thought of germs as, that's superstition. They're little tiny demons that get inside your body, and they make your body work against it, therefore it gets sick and stuff like that. They're like, that sounds like legend and folklore for me. And then somebody who created the microscope looked down and saw, like, oh, they do exist. Let's call these germs. See, at that point in the 1800s, germs were a future science. Now we're at this point, 2020, ghost is yet to be an undiscovered future science. I'm sure there are some scientists out there that have broke the code and figured out a lot more than in mainstream. Like, these are ones being paid by the government. They can't let this information get out to the people because they're like, all right, we got to figure shit out. Just like we've been going to the moon way before 1969. That was not the first mission that successfully made it to the moon. I believe that. They were not the first one. They've been going for a long... I think they've been going in space since the fucking... even as early as the 30s or something. Definitely, I know in the 40s they have been. Yeah, they fucking had drones in the 40s. Unmanned drones. They had flying saucers in the late 1800s developed by the Germans. All that shit is true. I just wish it was mainstream. Just like I can't wait for the notchbacks to be mainstream. Those giant fucking floating around single-celled organisms that fucking eat people. And other calves and cows, and they pick them up. They drain them like a fucking Capri Sun and drop them on the ground. I think those guys are heavily involved with those weird cow and calf and animal mutilations on farms and ranches all around. I think a lot of them are fucking notchbacks. At least a good portion of them. I don't think they're responsible for every single case. But definitely lots. Definitely. What the fuck was I talking about? I have hemorrhoids, by the way. They're pretty bad. This is my worst case I had. Dude, I had to look up I was on the shitter, having a painful shit, and I'm like, okay, maybe it will make me feel, because a lot of times I feel better, it takes my mind off the painful shit if I'm looking at certain things, and I thought while I was taking a painful shit, I'm like, I'm going to look up the anatomy of hemorrhoids. Didn't help. Didn't help, because right when I'm looking at all these images, I'm like, this is exactly what I have. That's why it hurts so. It's not helping the painful shit. It's still pretty painful. So, yeah, I may have to make a doctor's appointment, get some cortisone cream, because the hemp cannabis oil, it works for like 15 minutes. Maybe I have to glop so much on my finger and just slide it in and out of my asshole. I don't know. So why does YouTube put me in the back of the algorithm again? I forgot. Kids, this show's not for you. If you're on Uniquely Brutal, get the fuck off right now. Come back when you're 18. Or 17. I don't care. I mean, Jesus, I've been watching horror movies since I was 8 years old. Even before then. I'm gonna take a dabby poo. Dibbity dabby doobity doo. Dibbity dabby dibbity dee. Dibbity dabbity doobity doo. Dibbity dabby dibbity dibbity doo. Take this hit. That's a good hit. Yeah, that's a good hit. Dun, dun, dab. Dun, dun, dab. Dun, 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 dun. Dab. Oh, a little dab will do you, let me tell you. Maybe I should just straight up put this dab on my anus. The oil I'm using, the topical oil, it's like half coconut oil and the other half, well, it's mostly coconut oil, but there's a lot of actual cannabis oil in it, or wax that was just melted down and processed. I'm putting that on my anus. Maybe I should just put the straight up dabs in my anus. It's so concentrated. The thing is, it's so waxy. Okay, you're done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I think I know why YouTube puts me in the back of the algorithm. They don't support certain substance use on a podcast. Fucking pussies. It's not like I'm shooting up heroin or smoking out of a meth pipe. Crack pipe. Which they do sell at the Puff Puff shop. Ugh. Luckily, the three biggest side effects with cannabis is dry mouth, red eyes, and a hunger. An uncontrollable hunger. The munchies. The fuck? What? Whoa, that's a lot of oil. That's cool. I'm just reading a note that was left probably about my bro. About what he weighed out in the oil and cannabis. It's quite a lot. But we're in the legal limits, don't worry. Are we? Yeah, we are. So, look, man, I got good cannabis. If you live in Michigan, definitely come. If you want to buy some, it's $5 a gram. The oil is only $20 a gram. It's fantastic. Again, please be a legal resident. Yeah, it's good. I think I'm gonna end this podcast now, man. I'm gonna get some other shit done. I've been lazy as fuck. But one more thing before I go. So I just wrapped up 9 gifts for my nephew for his birthday. He's turning 10 years old December 1st. He was born in 2010. 10 fucking years. Ain't that cool? He was born when I was 17 years old. So, 27 now. So, I got him a bunch of cool gifts, and I wrapped them all Monday, but then I realized, oh shit, I should have sold all this in my podcast, each gift, before wrapping them all. And I'm like, oh man. But then I realized, oh wait a minute, I came up with a better idea. I'm going to take my camera, because we're going to go to his house the following week. His birthday's on a Tuesday. I work on a Tuesday, so I won't be able to see him till the weekend after his birthday. So that weekend, I'm going to get one more gift, too, to make it even 10 gifts. Okay? For 10 gifts for his 10th birthday. That would be awesome. From me, his Uncle Ben. So, I'm going to take my camera there, and I'm going to record him and basically do a little short podcast or whatever of him just opening up again his gifts. And it'll be a cool, fun thing. I'll cut it together so it'll be like 10 minutes or under. And it'll make a cute, small, short video on my channel. So that'll be awesome. You'll get to see my nephew finally. His name's Braden. He's becoming quite the gamer, and he wants to start his own podcast too. Just fucking playing Minecraft. And explaining how he does things and watching him build things, and he's explaining away or whatever. And because he's a little kid and he doesn't swear, he will get so much of a bigger audience on YouTube than me. YouTube won't fucking shadowbanning him like they are me. So that'll be cool. He'll get a huge fan base, and then people will hear, he gets super popular and like, what, you have an uncle too? He has a channel? And then a lot of people will come check me out through my nephew. They're gonna be like, oh shit, this is his uncle? Woo! Yeah, I'm a fun guy. But don't ask to hang out with me. I'm not. I'm also kind of an introvert too. I like to be by myself a lot of the. Why the fuck am I talking about that stuff? It's explaining myself. It's gonna be my nephew's birthday, so yeah, it's gonna be fun. Can't wait to do that. Hope it'll be a good time, and yeah, it'll be a cool, awesome video. So, fuck, I'm going to try to present to you guys. I'm working on my own creepypasta. I've been listening to a lot of creepypastas, and I want to make my own. And I kind of want to do short ones so I can share with you guys every fucking week, because I love creative writing. So, alright, yeah, I'll do that. I think I'm going to have my mom on next week. You'll get to actually meet my mom. You may not get to see her, because I think it'll be a portable podcast, so it'll be an audio over my hands making something like a big dick. I don't know. Or a nice, cute, sexy lady with big boobs and a huge dick. And but anywho, I'll be talking with my mom. We'll talk about who knows what the fuck. I believe she'll be on. I'm not sure, but I plan to have her on either this one or the next one or whatever. She'll be on eventually. So you know what, guys, gals, ladies, lady boys, thank you for allowing me to have a bit of your time this evening, afternoon, morning, whatever the time you're watching this. I recorded this in the morning. It's noon now. Okay. I am far weirder, and my podcast is far stranger than anyone can ever describe. If you wish to see the madness continue, please like and subscribe.